Let's start where we left off. Sunderland, Emirates, at the carpet, 3-0 to the Arsenal. What a positive result. The feeling around the stadium was amazing. And I guess there's a lot to unpack. Man City beat Liverpool at Anfield. Also, the partnerships that I'm starting to see around the pitch at Arsenal forming right at a crucial time. Can that be the difference? And the title race is officially on. So firstly, talking about Arsenal playing Sunderland at the carpet. There was a bit of a calm start. The formation wasn't what we expected. What we did see, we saw Gabriel Jesus and Havertz playing as the 10, and obviously Gabriel Jesus as a striker. What I did take from it is, in that kind of a match where both players like to drop deep and collect the ball, there wasn't really much going on in the box for the first 20 minutes. The difference maker, who has been the difference maker over the last 2 matches, was Zubimendi. He started Arsenal off with a goal, as he did against Leeds, and from there I just think momentum shifted. So what you could see how Sunderland kind of set up was they were hitting long balls into the channels and they were looking for second balls. They're a pretty physical team, so that's why I felt like Gyokeres was probably the right option for this match, and we'll get into that in a second of why I think that was the right option. So in the end, it was a positive result. It wasn't as easy as the scoreline predicted. It was a 3-0 win, but what a victory anyway. I was at the stadium for the match. The atmosphere was incredible. You know, fans do believe. There's a lot of talk about how many trophies can we win, can we do it. A lot of people do believe we can do it, and why not? The team looks strong, they look level-headed, and they look confident. They look like they have actually been on this run before. So I think only time will tell. I'm a firm believer that I do think they'll get over the line, and yeah, now's the right time to do it. The partnerships that we're seeing in the middle of the park is integral to Arsenal winning matches. Clearly, we're seeing Declan Rice, as I said, sitting back as the 6, playing a deeper role and not really affecting his game and getting forward. Zubimendi in that outer 8 role, you know, just playing just outside the box, getting forward and helping. And what we're now starting to see is Zubimendi's tactical awareness of, in terms of those short passes in that final third, and him actually, he's got an eye for goal. Clearly he's got an eye for goal. He's got 6 goals this season already, and just from a little tweak from Arteta in the last 2 matches, him pushing forward, he's getting more shots off and he's actually scoring goals. So I think that so far has been one of the changes that has worked off of the back of Man United. We needed that. And I kept on saying this, and I said, you know, sometimes you need a wake-up call, and I felt that was the time, just only because it became a 4-point gap. So Arsenal had time to reevaluate and say, okay, this works, this doesn't work. But this game, we can play this, we can play like that. One partnership that I do want to see more of, and I keep on talking about it, and it's proven me right so far, is Gyokeres and Havertz. I do believe that partnership works. We saw it in the second goal for the brief time that Havertz was on the pitch. Havertz, you know, got the ball, played it into Gyokeres' feet, bit of a scrappy touch, gets it out of his feet, and then scores. So I think what we're seeing here is we're seeing a number 10 in and around the box that is actually looking for his striker, and he wants, you know, to set him up. He wants him to score goals, and Gyokeres must be feeling now that he's coming into his own, he's getting a bit of confidence, and not only does that help Gyokeres, I feel that helps the whole team and Gabriel Jesus, because he's now seeing, okay, I have to be on it. When I get my chance, I have to come in and score. And right now, we need a competitive Arsenal internally. That raises the standards externally, so that when we do come and play these matches, everyone knows that, you know, take your chances, because you don't know if you're starting. And I think this gives the manager a huge headache, and a positive headache in that being said, because now if Havertz does start to be in the number 10, me personally, Havertz has to play. If he does start in the number 10, what happens to our captain Ødegaard and Eze? Do they find new roles? What happens next? Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments as well. It's also interesting, you know, to see the wingers. Right now, we're seeing the wingers look for their strikers in terms of Martinelli. I think that's also Martinelli's second assist to Gyokeres in consecutive games. Looking for his striker. Gyokeres comes alongside him, he passes it and he slots it home for the third goal. So I think everyone's now starting to find familiarity with their striker, which is Gyokeres, and hopefully we can kick on from now and get more goals. What I will say though is I want to see more from Noni. Amazing player, amazing work rate, gets at your defenders. It's just that last bit of end product. If he could just, you know, by 5% get his end product a bit better, I think Arsenal will have an amazing chance. And, you know, not everyone will be looking for Saka. I know a lot of people are not looking for Saka and saying, look how Arsenal are doing currently, this current crop, this current squad, doing so well without the captain and Saka. In years gone by, Arsenal would have been playing them at 75, 80%. And now we have the luxury in our squad to not actually play them or even start them at all. And it gives them rest and it gives them a bit more fire in their belly, so when they do come in the team, that they realise that this team is currently winning. 7 goals in the last 2 games, it's incredible. All I say is keep this up and keep this going. My honest take on it, Arsenal have got 3 away games. 3 away games is Arsenal's next fixture. This doesn't really happen, but my honest opinion is if Arsenal get results, positive results from those 3 games, that being a victory, I think Arsenal have won the league. And that takes us into the 10 games that we are talking about, the 10-game run-in, but the 3 games on the trot away. And the first stop is at Brentford. Brentford, a serious challenge, just off the back of beating Aston Villa and Newcastle. So they have got the feel-good factor. They're flying high in the table and they probably want to, you know, make their mark on the league leaders. This is now Arsenal's chance to show them why they are the league leaders. Let's not go there and stumble. Let's put them away and put them back in their box. Brentford's a lovely run club, a beautiful team, but we've just got to do our job at this stage. Now, as for the results at the weekend, I know a lot of Arsenal fans would have been deflated. That's the take I was getting in and around the stadium. But my take is, and you know what, looking back on it, I was just like, we can't rely on other teams to do our job. We are in the driving seat of 6 points clear. What we need to do is maintain our winning form. We maintain our winning form, we know that other teams can't win the way we're winning, hence why we're at the top of the league. So Arsenal just need to focus on themselves and get over the line. And that is the main thing at the end of the day. Forget all the hype and the noise, as I always say, focus on the next game and the next win. That's all we've got to do, and that's what will see us over the line. And that's my message to the Arsenal team. Secondly, is the title race on? Of course it's on. We know Pep Guardiola himself, this might not be the same Man City team, but it's the same Man City manager. He will rally around them and tell them that it is possible to catch Arsenal, but I think this Man City team, as I said, it isn't quite the same, and they'll just come up short. I think the final blow that we need to deliver Man City is go to the Etihad and give them a game at their ground and take the title there. That would be amazing. If we do get it before then, great. But as I said, Arteta's got a job to do in terms of managing games, because in the next months or so, we could actually face Man City 4 times. And realistically, these are all 4 important games. It could be 2 in the Champions League, which is the knockout phases, 1 in the Carabao Cup final, and 1 in the league. These are all defining moments. And as Declan Rice says, in the next couple months, if you want to make your history in Arsenal, now's the time to do it. So buckle up, lads, and let's get going.